Welcome back. Today's section is 5.4. We're going to learn about medians and altitudes. For this section, all we're going to do is learn about what medians are and what altitudes are. Not a lot beyond that. It's just so you have seen these words and you know them if they should pop up again in the future. So, first off, a median. A median connects a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So this would be an example of a median. It's connecting a vertex, right there, to the midpoint on the opposite side. I know it's a midpoint because those were marked equal. So that's a median. Please note, all triangles have three medians, one from each vertex. So if I wanted to, I could add the median on that connects this vertex to the opposite side. I would just have to figure out where the midpoint of the opposite side was. Let's say it looks about there. So that would also be a median. And I could connect this one to the opposite side as well. It looks to be about there. So that would also be a median. So medians connect a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. All triangles have a total of three medians. I'm going to highlight them each in a different color here. So those are medians. Altitude. Altitude is often what we consider the height of a triangle. So this would be the altitude in that triangle. It's how tall the triangle is. If you want a little more technical definition, it's the perpendicular segment from a vertex to the line containing the opposite side. Perpendicular again means 90 degrees, so an altitude is always going to be a 90-degree angle to a triangle. Please note, all triangles have three altitudes, one from each vertex. Yes, we consider altitude the height of the triangle, it's that tall, but if I think about taking that triangle and rotating it, I don't think I can, but if I rotated it and had this side be the bottom, then I could have a height coming from that side and from the other side. So I'm going to do just a quick sketch here. So if I had this triangle, it's got three altitudes. One being the traditional, like, height, right? But if I had spun that, I could have this be an altitude as well, or I could have that be an altitude as well. So an altitude is any segment that connects a vertex to the opposite side. It just has to be 90 degrees to the opposite side. All right, one last note about altitudes. It is possible for an altitude to be outside the triangle. Can you think of a situation where this might happen? All right, for that to happen, you would need an obtuse triangle. A triangle with an obtuse angle, like that, an angle that's more than 90. Because then when I tried to draw the altitude, here's a vertex, going straight down to be 90 degrees to this side here, I would have to come down like that. And you'll notice I had to extend that base side. I had to extend this out so I could actually hit the bottom, and that's just fine as well. So an altitude can be outside a triangle. The big thing is it connects a vertex and it's 90 degrees to the opposite side. Right, those are the things we're going to just work on. So we're going to do a couple of examples. This one says, for triangle PQS, is PR a median, altitude, or neither? All right, well, here's PQS. PR is right there. That's connecting a vertex. It's going down to the opposite side, and it's 90 to the opposite side. That is one of the ones we learned today. That is an altitude. All right, let's look at the next one. In triangle PQS, is QT a median, altitude, or neither? Well, there's our PQS again. QT is this one right there, and that's connecting a vertex to that side right there. That point T is the midpoint because of those tick marks. So it connects a vertex to the midpoint. That's a median. So today's lesson is all about just identifying, is it an altitude or is it a median, or it's neither of those things, right? So just altitude or median, just straight up vocab today. One last example, and we'll then do our homework. So for triangle ABC, so this big triangle here, ABC, is each segment a median, altitude, or neither? So it's just asking me again. So here's AD. So AD goes from here to here. So I'll let you think of that. Is that a median or an altitude or neither? If you said median, you are correct. AD is a median of my triangle. Let's look at EG. EG connects from there to there. That is neither. It looks like it might be a mid-segment. We learned about mid-segments in chapter 5.1. A mid-segment connects midpoints, but it's not a median because that would connect a vertex to a midpoint. And it's not an altitude because that would connect a vertex and be 90 degrees. So that one is neither. So AD was a median, but EG, that was neither a median nor an altitude. Let's try the very last one, CF. CF goes from here to there. This is a vertex. It does make a 90-degree angle with the other side. That is a name for one of mine. That's an altitude. So altitude, 90 degrees. And it connects to a vertex. Median, that connects to the midpoint. And a vertex. That's all there is to it. All right. Today's section is 5.4, problems 1, 11 to 13, and 24 to 27. It's just identifying. Is this thing a median? Is this thing an altitude? Or is it neither? I'll see you in class.